Hello? Just making sure you can hear me. Just making sure you can hear me over this fan. So this is a fan with a carbon filter, and so we'll take the burnt smell of molten lead straight through here. Lead. This is a 60-40. I believe that stands for 60 lead, 40 tin. Percentage, because lead melts at a lower temperature. So I'm going to solder. Always wash your hands before and after touching lead. This is where my sponge would stay. That wet, sticky sponge that gets burnt and leaves residue on the end of the soldering iron. Luckily, I got this bristle. Looks like steel wool. It's like a copper. So before I work, I clean off my soldering iron, and I'll just go off in the bristles. I do the solder connections. If it gets dirty again, I just wipe that off. And then when I'm finished, I always tint the tip so that it's always nice and clean and doesn't corrode. I got my third hand here with some customized alligator clips, screwdriver, multi-tip. The problem. The reason why I need to speak louder. I usually record in another audio mechanism. Time out. Time in. Okay. I talk really slow and things get boring. Let's talk really fast. The microphone stopped working. Okay, I was in Columbus. I was about to do a recording session with my friend, and I recorded some vocals, but when it came time to use it again, it just cut out. So I've been dwelling on this for a while. I said, what am I going to do? I'm going to need to replace it, another $15, blah, blah, blah. That'll be a long time, and I really, because I've been wanting to do a place where I believe is haunted or has ghosts, I wanted to do a quick review of that area there. But I'm really going to need this portable microphone, because if I just use my camera, it's going to look like the Blair Witch all over again. So I can't throw this out, okay? And I realized it had a screw on there. And since in my childhood, I used to take things apart and then throw them out, I said, hey, let's go check this out. We took electronics at Delaware JVS South Campus for 2 years. We should at least be able to unscrew this and see what's going on. So I see one connection. So the ground goes through what seems like 2 channels and is soldered and is grounded, but the other wire, the other conductor, is bent off. I said, okay, well that should be an easy fix. I said, hey, I can do that. But I also came to realize that this wasn't a stereo cable, a stereo microphone, which I should have known since it only has a line and a ground, or black common. So the great thing about this is it can be easily repaired, I'm assuming. So that's why I'm doing a video on it. So I'm going to loosen these right here. Okay, and now I'm going to need to strip the insulation here. I guess I got what I paid for, and this is kind of really cheap. That's enough off of there. I should have enough length. Okay, since the ground, or black carmine, is never actually in a true insulator, I'm just going to be very careful to only take what I need from the live wire. Okay. Now, I have to remove the old solder connection for the old line. So I'm going to clean, apply, rub, just try and rub it off. Then I'm going to clean it off again. This is where the third hand comes in. Since I'm going to put my soldering iron away, I'm going to clean it off, tip, put it away, get my third hand, clip this in here, clip the third hand over here in this one, if it goes. I can always clip this edge here. Now I need to remove the old solder. The easiest way to do that would be to use a solder sucker. But we don't like to do it easy around here now, do we? Cleaning it off. Okay, let's tint and see if I have an opening. No, I don't. So let's go try that again. Sorry, I did that kind of backwards. So you can't keep it on the plastic too long. It'll... Okay. Cleaning, putting back. I got my lead in here. Now, I have to keep this from touching this one. This is not going to be a permanent fix. This seems to be a problem that's going to be ongoing. What I'm going to do is, this copper seems kind of cheap, it seems kind of diluted. I'm going to kind of try and tint it a little, just to get like the ends of it so that it sticks together, braids, and then I'm able to actually turn it and loop it through the opening. So I'm going to keep it on there, get it hot, go underneath, just kind of like la la la. Okay, now I'm going to apply the solder onto the iron tip and on the conductor, kind of at the same time. I'm going to kind of brush it. Okay, now I'm going to clean this off. I'm going to check my solder job. I'm going to kind of twist this around. Okay. Now I'm going to nip the excess hair, just very lightly so that it's all even. Okay. Now I am going to make a bend. Now I'm just doing this out of fun because I have the skills. So I don't know if this is going to work or if there's other problems. But I get to use my soldering iron and I get to show you guys. Okay, I guess I'm going to kind of let it hang right there. You know what I should do, because I cleaned this off and I was going to put it back, but I need to clean it off and then tint it and put it back. And never put solder in your mouth. The lead, the metals, precious metals, even silver, you kind of rub it away, it stays in your hands. And if you keep never washing your hands and you keep eating, or if you just chew on it like it's a straw, eventually all that, those small particles are going to be a giant buildup. I'm trying to see if I have any of the tubes, any shrink tubes in here. Because I am worried that it'll come undone. I don't believe I have any this time, so I will go ahead and clean up, solder that on. Now, since the ground does shield onto here anyway, I don't really have to worry. But apparently I made it a little too high up. I didn't take into account this shortness here. And I will need to bring this down here. So now I gotta rethink this, and this piece is now loose, which it didn't used to be, and I'm hoping that it still makes the connection. I may have heated up too much and let the plastic melt. No, I'm actually not happy with that. I'm going to undo what I just did. I'm going to pull out the conductor, apply pressure, okay, push that back in, done, check this. Tint, insert. I really should have measured. So if I want it here, basically gonna have to cut at the base. Same thing. The problem with letting it hang loose like that is it's going to wear on this connection here. Eventually that ground will come off and be done. Tint the tip. Oops. I do have my goggles on. Ow, my eyes. My goggles do nothing. That's a little Simpsons reference to when they were making the Radioactive movie. Radioactive Man movie. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't get any of these hairs tangled up in here. That's a big goop. It's too thick. Clean off! Okay. Let's try this again. Gotta make a loop in here. Let me cut off that extra hair. That's not even. Ah. Okay, let's just go with it. Let's get it in there. It's too thick. I'll have to use some pliers to try and crunch it down. Okay. Let's loop it. Okay. There's a weird bead here that I might be catching on. Let's smooth that over. I feel like I'm painting. Tint. There. Now it went right in. For the most part, I kind of want to try and pull that out. Okay. I'm going to do something not really kosher. I'm going to put the solder to my tip, and then kind of, you know what? I really don't have to because both connections have solder on them. I can just kind of. Okay. Now I do want to put on my conductor a little and heat up my conductor. If your conductor is not heated, well, here I go. I put a little extra lead on here. If your piece of wire isn't heated hot enough, it won't connect. It'll make a cold solder or a bad joint. Okay, it's still going to work correctly since I'm taking shortcuts. I'm going to put that away, and now that it's connected on here, I'm actually going to do it correctly now that my third hand has the whole thing. Okay, now I got a ton of extra copper here, but I can't touch there. So I don't know if I should just twist it, and then if it touches, it'll short. Let me kind of twist it up and away. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to glue it. I'm going to put glue on this one conductor here. It'll just take 5 minutes or so for the glue gun to heat up. Okay. And then while the glue gun's heating up, what I can do is just cut it in half, or I'm thinking I will just, I'll kind of tie it, kind of wrap it like that, solder it here, and maybe I will solder that connection here. But there's still a chance. The most important part right now is for me to make sure that this copper base does not touch the green wire. So as the glue gun heats up, I'm going to make sure that I have all the wires for this. See, it's getting warm enough. There we go. And so I overdid it. And then what I like to do when I glue, I kind of like to go back in and heat it up again and kind of smooth it over so that I'll have a better, it'll attach to the other items better, to the other surfaces, textures. Okay. Now that I did that, I don't think I'm going to solder that. I think I will solder that point that I talked about where I wrap it around. Heat it, then apply the solder, clean off your tip, tin it. Okay. So now I got this giant piece. I'm going to solder onto the back here. I'm going to cut off this extra foil. I'm afraid the foil has metal in it and it might conduct. Okay, so now I got another gap with the wire. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to try and put more over there. Okay. Then I'm going to solder onto the back. It doesn't want to stay. So what I'll do is, I'll hot glue it down first, or, never mind, I will clamp it down. Carefully. Okay, now go ahead and clamp the original piece back on. Okay, the glue's kind of melted. Now let's slide that piece and see if it works. Okay, it fit. What did I do with my screw? There's just one little screw, and that's right here. Here we go. That's inductor. Inductor. The inductor, it's not an inductor, it's not a conductor, it's the insulator. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go wash my hands with soap. Now I need to test it. Okay, I'm missing my memory card. But it's okay, I don't need a memory card right now. That's really sad. I misplaced my memory card. The one thing I do need is headphones. Okay, microphone. Headphones. Okay, turn it on. Activate microphone. Hello? Hello! Hey! It's working! Hello? 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 Hey! Wow, that sounds even better than it used to. Hey guys, can you hear? Can you hear what I'm saying? I love Tron! Tron. Awesome. Well, hey guys, I wish I had some memory card to be able to store this. And my indicator light's going off, and I heard it through my headphones. Thank you for your view of my review, kind of, pseudoscience, of actually getting to show you my soldering skills. Thank you. Wait there. Okay, for those of you who stayed and are like, what? I turn off the soldering iron, and I'm going to turn off the glue gun, and then about 5 or 10 minutes after that, I turn off the fan. I actually unplug the two heating units. Fire hazard.